Hi.
Hi, hello, John. How are you?
You're right. Good, good, good.
I am happy to find the time and to have some minutes here with you because really I proud of your story and with yourself. Pra, miq përshëndetje, kemi një lidhje të drejt për drejt me një rrënjë 6 shekullore shqiptare. Me të vërtet Johni është një burr shqiptar, një djalë shqiptar që na bën krenar me gjakun e tij dhe me kërkimet e tij mbi rrënjët shqiptare. Ka një histori shumë interesante. Po le ta ndjekim duke e përkthyer. Hey John, we have a lot time to talk together today.
Okay.
When I hear for first time for your life story and Oktay told me, I froze it and we had a small talking with you, but was not too longer. So today, if you have time and if you can, I want to know everything from A to Z for your life, for your family, for your roots. Pra do të marrim gjithçka nga Johni duke filluar që nga A-ja deri në Z, se si e ka mësuar Johni që është shqiptar, si është ndjer gjatë gjithë jetës së tij gjymës shteta, si nuk e ka ndjer veten të plot, si është njohur me shqiptarët dhe si së fundi ai ka vazhduar të bërë kërkimet duke bërë edhe DNA-n për të gjetur rrënjën shqiptare dhe gjakun shqiptar. Ftoni shoqërinë ta ndjekin. Okay, John. I want to know everything for you and for your family.
I mean, where shall I start? 50 years is a long time.
Pra janë 50 vite, nuk është një kohë e shkurtër të fusim 50 vite në një bisedë të shkurtër.
Anyway, yeah, we start at the beginning, but quickly, okay?
It's not problem. We can go slow by slow and we can take everything about your family story.
Well, the main thing you want to know is how did I find my Albanian roots? But before we go into that, you know, I have to explain my background, you know, a little bit.
Para se të na tregoj Johni se si ka gjetur rrënjët e tij dhe gjakun e tij shqiptar, do shkojmë tek të parët e tij, tek paraardhësit e tij. Yes, John.
Okay. I was born in the 60s. I won't tell you the exact year because that's going to make me look older than I am. But anyway, I was born a long time ago, over 50 years. And I was born in Switzerland, in Geneva.
Johni ka lindur në Zvicër.
Yeah. And this is 1960s, 1960 whatever. Okay.
Në rreth viteve 1960 diçka e tillë.
A long time ago. So my father is from Italy, and he's from a very small settlement. You know, a few houses, maybe 5 or 6 houses.
Dhe babai i tij është nga veriu i Italisë, nuk është nga zona Arbereshi dhe kanë banuar në një vend malor ku ka pasur vetëm 5-6 shtëpi dhe jo më tepër.
No, wait.
Yeah,
you said zona Arbereshi. No.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I said that John is not from place of Arberesh, but in other side.
Yeah,
it is from other side.
Exactly, and this is why it was so difficult for me. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah?
Yeah, so I was born in Geneva, like I said. But after 1 year, because, you know, it was difficult for my father. My mother is Swiss, by the way. She's from Switzerland. So it was difficult for them to keep me in Switzerland. My father did not have the papers, and it was complicated. So after 1 year, they sent me to the grandparents, my father's mother and father. You know, the mother and father of my father's grandparents. They sent me there to Italy. So basically, from 1 year until I was 6 or 7, I lived in Italy in this small
place. Pra Johni ka lindur në Zvicër dhe kur ka arritur në moshën 7-8 vjeçare, prindërit e tij e kanë dërguar tek gjyshërit e tij që kanë banuar në këtë fshat malor me këto shtëpia të vogla të guri në veri të Italisë dhe ka qenë një moshë e vogël, një fëmijë.
It's nice, the Albanian language. I like it. It sounds nice. Anyway, yeah. So basically, yeah, I lived there, and it was isolated. There was nobody, just animals, dogs, cats. I mean, not cats, horses, goats, many goats. We had
Many goats.
My grandfather had 1,000 goats or more. I'm not joking.
Wow.
Anyway. So
And how many houses have in this small village to your grandfathers?
This is not a village. It's they are what you call settlements. You know, they are.
Wow.
You have the main village.
Yeah.
In the valley. In the valley is the main village. I can give you the name. And then you have some houses, 5 or 6 houses here, 5 or 6 there, 10 there.
Yeah.
Different, they are called like settlements, you know?
Yeah, I understand. Okay, 1 second, I want to explain everything. Pra, kur Johni ka vajtur në këtë fshat ku nuk ka pasur shumë banor në moshë të vogël tek gjyshërit e tij, thotë që gjyshi im kishte rreth 1000 keqa. Dhe aty në fshat nuk kishte një jetë të gjallë me njerëz, por kishte më tepër kafsh, kishte pula, kishte dele, kishte lop, dhe ato që ishin më shumic ishin ciapërit dhe keqat që gjyshi i tij mbante. Po, John?
Exactly. So we were there, basically, we were just amongst ourselves, you know, and we had the other villages and the other families not far away. And we used to go and visit them sometime, but it was very wild, you know, and free. Yeah? So, but if you want to know quickly of the history, how my father's family came to these places, you know, apparently they did come from the south, maybe they came from the Arbereshi people, but you know, in 1862, Italy became one country. Before it wasn't one country. The north was mainly governed by different monarchies. You understand? French monarchies or German monarchies, there was many monarchies. And the middle of Italy was the Vatican states. And the south of Italy was under the Spanish monarchs, which is the Kingdom of Aragon, which later became the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. And it was,
okay. 1 second, I need to explain, to translate everything. Pra, Johni thotë që gjyshërit e mi, me sa di unë, gjyshi im nuk ka ardhur nga atë kohë nga zonat Arbereshe, për arsye se deri në vitin 1880 atje ishte udhëheqje të ndryshme dhe një pjesë e Italisë në atë kohë ishte në monarkinë franceze, por gjyshërit e mi janë gjendur në ato fshatra atje dhe pjesa tjetër që është pjesa e Arbereshve ka qenë në ndikimin e Vatikanit asaj kohe, por stërgjyshyrit e tij janë në këtë fshat në ato kohë, pra në vitet 1800 janë gjendur në këtë fshat malor dhe janë vendosur posaçërisht këtu malor sepse i kanë thënë Johni, do ne shpjegoj më vonë se gjyshërit tanë, gjaku ynë vjen nga një vend malor dhe të parët tanë kanë pasbanuar në disa male të larta, por do e dëgjojmë nga Johni tani. Yes, John?
Of course, listen, at the time, I didn't know all this. I only know this now because today we have internet and we have much information. We didn't have all this information before. Okay.
Pra, më përpara thotë nuk i dija këto sepse s'kisha shumë informacione, por tani kemi internetat, kemi rrjetet sociale dhe mësojmë edhe më tepër, por unë atëherë nuk kisha asnjë dieni dhe nuk kishte dieni se për emrin shqiptar.
It's the same like my family in Italy. They didn't have this information because you have to understand at the time what's important: to eat, food, survival, life, and you know, normal things which today we have time to analyze everything and you know, research and all this. Anyway, that's what I want to say. So coming back to my family in Italy, just to quickly tell you, the way they arrived in the north was after unification. They must have went to the north of Italy to live. Okay, but this is the funny part. This is the complicated part. If you're from the south, where there's and you come from the Arbereshi communities, and you go to the north of Italy, because the north of Italy is more industrial, okay? And you want a better life, okay? You don't go and live in the mountains and build a settlement from stones and make your life hard. You go in Milano, Torino, and you work in the factory and you live in a flat and you make money. So this was the funny part. Why did my family in Italy go to the north and isolate themselves in the mountains, in the Apennine Mountains. You know the Apennine Mountains?
Pra, ta fillojmë aty ku e lam për kthimin, Johni thotë që jo vetëm unë, por edhe prindërit e mi nuk kanë pas dijeni se nga janë, sepse ka qenë një kohë e vështirë në atë kohë. Ka qenë koha e luftës, ka qenë koha për të fituar bukë, por gjithmonë thotë më ka bërë përshtypje dhe ka menduar se pse prindërit e mi, pse gjyshërit e mi kanë ardhur dhe janë vendosur në këto male të larta dhe kanë bërë këtë shtëpi prej guri dhe nuk janë vendosur në qytete të mëdha kur i kanë pasur gjitha mundësitë. Por ka qenë gjaku i tyre që i ka tërhequr në male.
I can give you later the names of my settlement and where it is. And maybe hopefully one day we can actually visit there, you know. Nice.
Por ajo që i ka tërhequr gjithmonë vëmendje Johnit ka qenë përse prindërit e tij, pra stërgjyshërit e tij kanë vendosur të bëjnë një jetë kaq të rëndë, të shkojnë dhe të vendosen në male, dhe gjithashtu stërgjyshërit e tij, si tha Johni, janë marrë me bagëti, pra duke pasur deri në 1000 koka dhenë edhe dhi, dhe janë marrë duke bërë përdorimin e qymyrit të drurit, edhe duke u marrë me përdorimin e çakullit të gurëve, pra janë ato traditat shqiptare që kanë bërë emrin shqiptarit kudo me punën e tyre. Yes, John, really you have very interesting life. I want everything from your memories of your family, for everything.
I wanted just to tell you that as a background, you know, like a base, so we can work from there. But now I'll get back to my life, which is where, you know, and then that is my father's family. If I'm missing something, I will tell you later anyway. So now I'm in Italy. I'm 7 years old. I'm still living with my grandparents in Italy, in the village, in the Apennine Mountains, in the region of Emilia-Romagna, and between Emilia-Romagna and Toscana. We're actually on the border. We're on the border with Toscana. If you go on top of the mountain, the mountain's name is Molinatico. From this side we are in Emilia-Romagna, on that side we are in Toscana. So we live exactly on the hill, on the side of Emilia-Romagna. And on the other side of the hill is Toscana.
Pra, tregon që kanë banuar në një vend shumë të lartë, në një majmali, ku nga njëra anë që po gjendet Toskania, nga ana tjetër gjendet Romania. Përshëndetje Xhelalatik, po flasim me një orën shqiptare 600 vjeçare. Yeah, John?
So okay, now I'm in Italy. I'm 7 years old, and in the same time, my father doesn't live in Switzerland anymore. He emigrated to England in the meantime. He didn't like it in Switzerland. It wasn't easy for people like my father because we have a temperament. You understand me? And we have, you know what it's like, you know. So it wasn't easy for him. So he went to England. There he found the country more tolerant, more acceptable, and much better for his personality, let's say. So he's in England, and actually, we also have a sister, you know, and we are both actually, we are both in Italy. So now he's okay. He's making good money, has a good job, and he's decided to bring us also to England. So now I'm 7, my sister is 5, and we go to England. We don't speak English. Of course we don't speak English. We don't even speak Italian. Think about it. We don't speak English. So,
which kind of language you're speaking before?
We speak dialect. It's a dialect, crazy dialect they have there, you know.
Really?
Dialects, but no, it's not Albanian dialect. It's a Latin. It's a Latin dialect. You know, in Italy there are many.
Yeah, interesting. Pra thot masi familja e tij, pra prindërit e tij ishin në Zvicër, edhe mbas një kohe ato kaluan në Zvicër në Angli, si mbas së kushtës të jetesës së asaj kohe, por thotë ishte problem i madh për ne sepse nuk flisim as gjuhën, se kishim një gjuhë të veçantë, ishte një gjuhë dialektore që na përkiste veç ne, edhe nuk kishim asnjë gjuhë tjetër që mund të flisim dhe kontaktonim me njerëzit. Yeah, John?
I'll give you a little bit of the dialect, even though I'm not an expert on that dialect, but I'll give you just a few phrases for people to see, people who understand Italian. They will understand, they won't understand even what I'm saying, because it's but people who are from that area will understand. For example, mixo miga kiteti, ma Anyway, it's difficult. Mixomia kitetima, domna basnat la fronte. Anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, look, so basically we are in England, and now I'm going to primary school and growing up like a normal child. To be honest, you know, it wasn't easy because, you know, I didn't grow up with my parents, you know, so that part wasn't too easy because, you know, you missed your most important years with your parents. And so in that sense, there was a few things missing between, let's say, you know, it wasn't so easy, but that's another story. So, you know how it is. Life is life.
You have a lot. Pra vitet kalojnë duke kaluar nga një vend një tjetër, siç është jeta, ashtu ka qenë dikur, ashtu është jeta sot, dhe do vim me ngadalë tek ajo historia më interesante që me vërtet të gjithë do shashtiseni.
But yeah.
So you are going to grow up,
Exactly. I'm growing up, and you have to understand, I'm growing up with, even though I don't know it, I'm growing up with an Albanian mentality. You understand what that means? It's not easy. My father's 100% crazy Albanian, but anyway, that's
100% crazy Albanian. Babai ti është 100% Shqiptar I çmend.
Listen to me. Where I come from the village, we're all like that. And that's another thing, because when I used to go to the main village, which is about 10,000 people, it's called Borgo Valditaro. And I used to go on holiday, and they used to say to me, "Where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from Vigini, up there." "What, you're from Vigini?" Because they're all crazy up there. They used to tell me, we're all crazy, we're all wild. And then everybody used to avoid me. You understand me? Even in the village. So we already had a reputation, even then, you know, of the way we are, because for them, we were known as mountain people, because we are not known as Albanians or something like that. We're just known as mountain people, and people to be avoided. You understand me? Yeah, people to be avoided because they know what we are like. But I didn't put two and two together. I didn't know that was because of our normal Albanian characteristics, because let's face it, we have certain characteristics and traits that is typical for us. You understand me?
One second. Pra, Johni patjetër që jeta vazhdon dhe kanë vazhduar të banojnë në fshatin e tyre malor dhe kanë qenë patjetër që jo një popullsi që I përshtatet atij fshati, por popullsi e vendosur aty, dhe thot kur më pyesin mua nga je, unë I them që jam nga atje sipër, nga I mali jam, por të gjithë më e kanë parë me një pikë pyetje Johnin, sepse ka karakteristikë të tjetër në fytyrën e tij, ka të paraqitjen e shqiptarit dhe gjithmonë është dukur I veçantë nga të tjerët. So when the people ask you where you are from, and you say I am from this side, and people see to your face, all the time have seen this difference to you, huh?
Yeah, from a young kid, even on holiday, when I used to go there, and you used to say, because they ask you, you know, where you from? They say, well, I'm from England, but my father's from there. And they said, you are this guy, from this family. I said, yeah. They used to like disappear, like run. No, but we were known, we are known even today, we are known in that area. Anyway, look, so I'm in England, and so I'm growing up in England, and at the time, in the 1970s, 80s, there were no Albanian people in England. Well, I didn't know any. If there were, I didn't know any. And I didn't even know, so I didn't really mix with different people. I didn't even know many Italians. I knew some Italians, but I didn't become friends with them because we didn't have the same mentality, you know. Most of my friends were black people, you know, black.
Yeah, I know. Negre.
Because there were many also in the area where I lived, you know, English, blacks, and Irish. But I got on with black people because they're fun, and especially when you're a child. I like those guys. They had a good personality, and they're fun and easygoing. You know how they are, and it suited my style. You know, it suited me. So I grew up with them, and everything was good. But my parents then divorced about when I was 16, 17. You want to say that now in Albanian or?
Of course, yes. But of course, yes. Pra kur ka qenë edhe në moshë të re dhe në moshë të vogël Johni dhe kur ka vajtur për pushime kudo dhe kur e kanë pyetur se nga jeni dhe i ka thënë që un jam italian, në përgjithësi Johni ka marrë të përgjigje, i kanë thënë jo ti nuk je se nuk ngjason, edhe gjithmonë është përkrahur, është përballuar pra me këtë ballafaquar me këtë përgjigje gjithmonë, por ky nuk e ka ditë se kush është, sa as prindërit e tij nuk e ka ditë se nga është, se është gjak shqiptare.
Yeah, so now my parents divorced and I'm in England and I stayed behind in England with my father but my sister and my other brother, they went with my mother. But I stayed with my father and then in the end, about when I was a few years later, I went to live in Italy for about a year. You know, because I had nostalgia about that area, you know, that place. But of course, after you've been to London, a big city, for 15 years, you cannot, you know, plus I'm a teenager. I didn't really like it there anymore. I mean, it was, you know how it is. So in the end, I went also to Switzerland. And this was now 1980, 1988.
Pasi ka jetuar disa vite në Londër, në vitet e reja me babain e tij, pasi babai dhe nëna e tij janë divorcuar dhe motra dhe vllai i tij kanë ndetur me nënën e tij, Johni ka ndetur me babain, por kur ka mbushur 17-18 vjeç, ka vendosur të kthehet përsëri në Zvicër, aty ku ka lindur.
Okay, now I'm in Switzerland. Here there's many, mainly there was the Italians were here, but from the south, you know.
It's a place there, yeah. Edhe është vendosur në lagjin e tij të vjetër ku ka pasur edhe shoqëritë ku kanë banuar edhe italianët në këtë lagje.
So I'm here, I'm about 18, 19.
Në moshën 18-19 vjeçare.
And obviously I don't speak any German because I'm living now in Basel. The time I came to Basel because my mother was here. And I didn't speak German, so I came here and I spoke some Italian, you know, a little. So I mixed a lot with Italians. And they seemed okay, and you know, because they were mainly all from the south, and I got on well with them, you know. But when I used to tell them, they used to ask me where you're from, and I used to say to them, I'm from the north of Italy, and they used to say they didn't believe me. So in the end, I ended up saying I'm from Calabria. Now, Calabresi, there are many Arbereshi people there. We have the largest community in Italy is in Calabria. So when I said Calabria, that's it, no more questions. They believed me, you know? But if I said I'm from anywhere else, they didn't believe me, I don't know.
Pra, dhe basi ka vazhduar të jetoj në Zvicër tek nëna e tij dhe kur njerëzit e pyesin se nga je, ku i thotë që jam nga veriu i Italisë dhe e shikojnë me pikpyetje se nuk ngjason, pastaj ka mësuar për shqiptar, për Arberesht, për Kalabrian dhe ka gjetur përgjigjen pra që mos të ketë gjithmonë këto pikpyetje në ballafaqim dhe i thotë që jam nga Kalabria dhe atëherë njerëzit po ti ngjan me njerëzit nga Kalabria, edhe e ka gjetur përgjigjen Johni.
Yeah, and I'm sure amongst the southern Italians, there were many Arbereshi Italians, but I didn't know it at the time, because I had some...
Por e ka dhënë këtë përgjigje, por nuk ka pasur dieni se me të vërtetë Johni ka rënë shqiptare, rënë Arbereshi dhe rënë një mërditore.
I'm 100% sure because I had the friends who are Italian, and they used to tell me, because I used to ask questions, you know, and I used to say to them, you speak funny, you know, and you speak a kind of dialect. And he said, yeah, it's an old dialect we speak. But they never said it was Albanian or something like that. But they said it was an old Arvanitan dialect, which they spoke in Greece. But, you know, it's like no one really talked about these things, you understand me, before, because nobody ever really was interested in that. And I never really, but I got on with them, and I'm sure many were Arbereshi, probably, but I never knew it. So from then, and from this is the beginning when also the Albanian question started, you know, because wherever I used to go,
Ja,
Actually, it
por
started in
Johni megjithëse nuk e ka ditë që ka rënjë shqiptare, por nga që kudo kur e kanë pyetur si nga jeti dhe i ka thënë italian dhe i kanë thënë që nuk gjason me italian dhe gjithmonë i ka krijuar një pikpyetje Johnit edhe pasi ka vazhduar të mësoj për shqiptarët, pra për Arbereshi dhe Kalabrisë dhe të thotë që po edhe unë jam nga Kalabria dhe kjo i ka krijuar një pikpyetje që ka vazhduar të kërkojë më tepër për kalabrezët dhe për të mësoj se ka kërkuar të gjej rrënjët e tij, gjakun e tij se nga është.
Yeah, so about 1989, I think the Kosovo War didn't start yet, did it?
Pra edhe kemi ardhur tani deri në vitin 1999 kur ka vazhduar lufta e Kosovës dhe Johni deri në këtë kohë nuk ka pasur dieni për shqiptarët dhe për Kosovën. Yeah, it is right, 1999. Yeah, it is right.
1999 it started.
Yeah.
No, it started before.
Before, but was the
Okay.
dip.
Because in 94, I already met Kosovans. In
94, 95, 96, 97 was crazy.
Anyway, what I'm saying, I was in Yugoslavia. At the time, it was still Yugoslavia, and this was made in 1989. And this is where actually it started with the Albanian question. Because I was with one friend of mine. He was here, but he was Bosnian guy.
Mhm.
So I became very friends with him, you know. And he invited me to Bosnia. He was from Zenica. I mean, you know, yeah, Zenica. And but we traveled all around Yugoslavia. We went to Croatia. We went to. But his name was Shobot, S-O-B-O-T. I don't think that's a Bosnian name. He's probably Hungarian or something. Maybe you know.
Maybe Albanian.
Maybe Albanian.
So
Yeah. But this is the problem. No, this is the problem. When I went to Yugoslavia, everybody came to me and said, "Are you Albanian? Are you Albanian?" I said, "No, I'm not Albanian. I mean, I'm Italian. I'm this and I'm that." You know.
Yeah, and it is the year 1994.
Well,
Or
no, it was still Yugoslavia, so I don't know when it was.
ja, pra në vitet nga vitet 1990 e mbrapa Johni ka vazhduar të dëgjoj pak për shqiptarët, por në ato kohë ka pasur një shokun e tij që thotë ishte nga Bosnia, por nuk e beson që ishte boshnak, dhe nga emri i tij besoi thotë që dha ishte shqiptar dhe e ka ftuar shoku i tij ku e ka dërguar në ish Jugosllavinë atë hershme dhe ka bërë disa vizite në vende të ndryshme deri në Kroaci, por thotë është diçka interesante sepse kur isha në Kosovë, në Jugosllavinë asaj kohe, më pyesin të gjithë se atje je shqiptar, i them jo, nuk jam shqiptar. Më pyesin të gjithë atje je shqiptar, i them jo, nuk jam shqiptar. Edhe nuk dija thotë se çdo të thotë të jesh shqiptar.
Okay, this question about being Albanian, it started there, and it has not stopped. It didn't stop until I found my roots, basically, and this was the beginning.
Ishte koha kur vazhduan pikpyetjet për Johnin, kur të gjithë thonë që ti je shqiptar, ngjason me shqiptarin dhe Johni nuk kishte dini kush është shqiptari dhe që nga ajo kohë vazhdoi të kishte një nxitje në brendësi të tij dhe vazhdoi të kërkojë se kush është Johni, derisa gjeti rrënjët e tij.
I mean, I've seen you pictures. You've seen the pictures when I was young, how I looked. Even now, I would say this guy's Albanian, but before I didn't know what Albanian was. I don't know what is an Albanian.
Pra po Johni se po të shikoni fotografitë time kur kam qenë njeriu, i kam të gjitha fotografitë e Johnit dhe do i bashkangjish me video më vonë. Thotë edhe unë thotë po të shikoj dikë thotë në paraqitjen time me fotografinë time të rinis dhe po të shikoj edhe sot them he ky është shqiptar, është puro shqiptar. Po atëherë thotë nuk kisha dieni.
So yeah, and then I'm still in Switzerland, so I'm in Switzerland until 94, 95. I'm still in Switzerland, and some Albanians do start arriving already, even in Switzerland. They start arriving, and I meet with them, and we become friends, and we play chess together. But I didn't know, and I still didn't know that I have Albanian, origins,
Pra mbas kësaj vizite që ka bërë në ish Jugosllavi, është kthyer përsëri në Zvicër dhe ka bërë shumë shok shqiptar të Kosovës. Është lidhur shumë ngushtë me to, por akoma nuk ka asnjë dieni se Johni ka rrënjë shqiptare dhe jo rrënjë shqiptare, por se është edhe një gjakin, një princi shqiptarëve se. Pra ftoni shokët ta ndjojnë videon dhe shpërndajeni sepse është një histori shumë interesante dhe që duhet të nxjisë të gjithë rrënjët shqiptare që të kërkojnë rrënjët e tyre siç ka kërkuar Johni dhe të gjejë gjakun e tij. Yeah, John.
they even ask me, are you Albanian? And I say, no, because how can you say you're Albanian if you don't live in Albania, if you have no connection with Albania? So even though people were always telling me I look Albanian, I never occurred to me. You understand me? It never occurred
Si
to
mund
me.
të thua ashtu që je shqiptar, megjithëse të gjithë më pyetnin, kur më pyetin nga je dhe unë i thoja që jam për shembull italian ose dhe të gjithë më thonin që ti je shqiptar, ngjason me shqiptarët, po si mund të them unë që jam shqiptar kur unë nuk kam asnjë lidhje me shqiptarët, nuk kam as dieni për rrënjët e mia dhe nuk kam asnjë dieni për Shqipërinë, edhe nuk kuptoj nga gjuha dhe asgjë për ato.
Because you tell people you are from wherever you come from. You know, if I come from Italy and we live there, that's where I'm from. But anyway, so I used to tell people I'm Italian, but I used to say I'm half this, I'm half that to compensate, you know, because of my look. And many times I said I'm half Hungarian. And as long as I said something half of Balkan, they would say, okay. So, and sometimes I said Albanian just to make them happy, you know, but I wasn't still sure of where I came from. So the thing is, in '94, I went back to England, you know. I'm in Switzerland, but I got homesick, you know, England. I grew up there. So I went back to England also because my father, he offered me a job. He had a restaurant and we tried to work together. In the end, it didn't work out because you know how it is.
Ja, dhe koha kalon dhe me gjithë këto pyetje se gjithmonë kudo që është që i thonë ti nuk ngjason, ai mendon që mund të jem dikush nga Algjeria ose s'diku i kam rënjët, por sidoqoftë kur më thonin që je shqiptar për t'i bërë ato të lumtur, i thoja po kam rënjë, por nuk dija asgjë, kështu që nga Zvicra ka vendosur të kthehet përsëri në Londër, Johni.
So I'm back in England. I'm back, you know, with my father. It didn't work out. So then I went to live alone, and so. At this time, many immigrants also came from the Balkans, you know, many from Kosovo and from other places. And I met some Kosovan guys, a few in a club, by coincidence. And I don't know.
Edhe ishte koha kur nga vendet e ndryshme ballkanike dhe sidomos edhe nga Kosova, po kalonin në Evropë shumë emigrant, edhe I ka pasur rastin që në një klub të natës që është njohur edhe me disa shqiptar të Kosovës.
And they also thought I was Albanian, you know. That's how.
Dhe ato I kanë thonë që ti ngjason se shqiptar ti je shqiptar. Megjithëse ky I ka thonë që jam italian, ti kam thonë jo ti je shqiptar.
And I told them that I was Italian, but they never believed me anyway. But
askush se ka besuar Johni që është italian. Kushdo që e ka njohur në jetë, të gjithë kanë thënë ti nuk ngjason me italianët.
I don't know what they believed, but they was always suspicious of me. They thought maybe this guy he doesn't want to be Albanian. Maybe this guy is a spy. He's come to spy on us, or. Because they thought I was Albanian, you know what I mean? And also the war is going on and there was many suspicious things going on, you understand me? But anyway, They liked me, they loved me, I loved them. We got on like in England we say we got on like a house on fire, you understand me? We got on well. Like a house on fire, it gets on because it just burns, you know? So we got on well and we became very good friends and even today we are friends with these people.
Mbasi njofa ato shqiptarët e Kosovës në atë klub, ne u bëm shumë shok të ngushtë me njëri tjetrin, e ndjem njëri tjetrin shumë të afërt, edhe beso thotë që ku do shkoni thotë ne dizim zjarrin thotë nga gjitha anët. Dhe e duonim shumë njëri tjetrin.
Yeah, because obviously I came from Switzerland and you know, in Switzerland I got in some trouble. I'm not going to go into it, yeah? So that's why I had to leave Switzerland at the time. And I wanted to start a new life in England and my father gave me, and then blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so when I met these Kosovan guys, for me it was like, it was good because everyone needs friends, you know? And I got on well, I got on very well with them. Also because they had the same characteristics like I do, you know? And, you know, and I felt comfortable with them, you know? And we got on well. Later on, obviously, as you grow up, and they were new, they were from Kosovo, they were from mainly from Prizren and Lipjan, these two areas.
Pra shokët që kanë njohur dhe është njohur rastësisht në klub ishin dhe nga Prizreni, por e shikoja thotë tek ato, unë megjithëse nuk e dija se kam rënë shqiptare, por kishim të njëjtë karakteristika, kishim të njëjtën përbërje, kishim të njëjtë gjak nxehtësie, pra ishim të njëjtë nga përbërja.
One guy, I'll tell you a story. One guy, his name is Skender.
Skender, pa na tregon një histori të Skënderit.
I won't tell you his family name because maybe he doesn't want to, be in the publicity. But he's very passionate about pigeons. You know, pigeons. He had pigeons in London. You know the pigeons, the flying pigeons.
Ja.
He had pigeons also in Kosovo, and he knew I was I would do it. I mean, if he wanted something to do, I would do it. So he had some pigeons and he wanted to bring them to Kosovo. Yeah, I brought them there. So I'm with this cage now, like a big cage, and there's about 30 pigeons inside, And I drive all the way from England, and I drive to Italy. From Italy, I go to Igoumenitsa. From Igoumenitsa, I go, I think in Macedonia, or I'm not sure where. Probably, yeah. And then I went into Kosovo, and then I brought them, I brought all the pigeons to Kosovo. So that was my first time I went to Kosovo, and this was about 1995.
Pra, po na tregon të vitet 1995, mbasi është njohur me Skënderin me shokun nga Kosova, për nuk të futën në punën e tij mësore, që tregon se si ato e kanë bashkëpunuar këtë dhe Johni e ka ndihmuar atë që të marrë ato produkte dhe materiale që ai donte të dërgonte në Kosovë dhe si e kanë bërë udhëtimin, me që është diçka shumë private, nuk po e përkthej momentalisht në shqip. Yeah?
So we're growing up together. We know they're young. I'm also young. I'm in my 30s. I'm in my late 20s, 30s, and they're young guys. We're growing up. But obviously later on, everybody, you have a girlfriend, and even me, I got a girlfriend, and I got married, and then I had a son, and my ex-wife, she's from Romania, So now I'm not with the Kosovans so much. I see them sometimes, but I'm more with the Romanian community, And even with the Romanians, they're saying to me, I'm telling them, where are you from? They're saying, I'm Italian. And they're saying, you're Albanian, they're saying. Why are you saying you're Italian when you're Albanian? We can see it, you're Albanian. Even these people are starting now. What's going on here?
Pra, këdo që Johni shkon me këdo që takon dhe kur e pyesin që nga je i thot italian, gjithë thotë çfarë italiani je ti? Ku e ke italian? Ti je shqiptar, Dhe kjo i është bërë diçka që e ka nxitur Johnin të zgjohet.
And they say even when I meet them at work or at the Baustelle, the building site, which is they're saying, where you from? I'm saying, I'm Italian. They say, yeah, so am I. I'm also Italian. Why you don't say who you are? We know you're Albanian. So just say it, And it's I'm nearly fighting with them now because it's getting crazy here, So it's
Pra, ka arritur deri se ta ngrinet me njerëz, se kur e pyesin se ti nga je, i thon italian, I thon, po ne ti ke ngjan me shqiptar, ti je furo shqiptar, ti pse s'na tregon si je shqiptar, pse thua që jam italian? Dhe ka vazhduar grindjet në këtë rrugë.
But now, looking back, I understand why they said that, because the people from the Balkans, they know an Albanian when they see him. You understand me? They know the characteristics of an Albanian person.
Por tani thot I kuptoj shumë mirë ato njerëz që pse në atë kohë më thonin mua se je shqiptar, sepse po të kthej kokën dhe të shikoj mbrapa me sytë dhe mentalitetin dhe dijen që kam tani, ato kanë pasur plot të drejtë, sepse ne jemi të ndryshëm, edhe kur e shikon një fytyrë të shqiptarit, mund ta kuptosh atë nga karakteristikat e fytyrës që është gjak shqiptari.
But we in the West, we don't know what constitutes an Albanian. Well, at that time we didn't know. Today we know because now Albanians are everywhere. Okay, we know everything about Albania.
Në atë kohë nuk dinim asgjë për Shqipërinë dhe për shqiptarët, për tani e dim sepse shqiptarët janë kudo.
You have to understand the West was still divided between East and West. We had no understanding of the East Europeans, and the East Europeans had no understanding about West Europeans still in that time, So that's why the East Europeans probably put me in the category of Albanians because they knew what constitutes an Albanian. And so now I'm with the Romanians and I'm growing up. So I'm now starting to look more into the history of my family, in Italy, because this Albanian question has made me ask questions about myself because, like I said, my family in Italy were always different than the other Italians, you know, all around us. And yeah, so where was I? Yes,
Pra,
so now,
okay, pra thot po të shikojmë thot mbrapa familja ime edhe të shikoj tani thot me dijen që kam patjetër që familja ime e shikoj që ishte shumë e veçantë nga familjet e tjera, por ka qenë ajo veçanti që i ka bërë që mos të kenë shumë lidhje me shqiptarët, se kanë banuar në një zonë të veçantë ku nuk ka pasur shumë shqiptar dhe familja e tij janë vendosur në një zonë malore. John, I want to ask you something. When we talked before, many months before with you, you said to me something. You said to me that your grandfather have said to you before, to your parents maybe before, that we like to living in a mountain because our grandfathers came from one mountain from somewhere like this. You remember it?
yeah. I mean, yeah, my grandfather, he said that. I mean, you know, even in Italy, they had some sporadic knowledge about their past, but it would disappear after 2 or 3 generations, you know? They would not know the whole story. They said to me, our ancestors lived like this, so we have always lived like this, you know? And my grandfather said that, yeah, but you know,
what said your grandfather exactly? Says that my grandfathers came from one place that have big mountains and blah blah something like this. We have talked this with you before.
Yeah, I think so, but I'm not sure exactly what if it was like that. I have to.
Pra në një bisedë që ke pas edhe më parë me Johnin, po mundohem t'ja kujtoj tani ku ai tregonte se si gjyshi i tij kishte thënë kur ishte i vogël që ne banojmë në këto male, kemi bërë këto shtëpi me gur këtu në majtë të maleve sepse stërgjyshurit tan vinë nga një vend i lartë me male të larta dhe gjithmonë ato kanë banuar në male të larta, edhe prandaj kanë zgjedhur të banojnë në male. So you are now a young boy, and everyone say to you that you are Albanian, but you say don't know that you are from Albanian, and how you start to checking to find your blood, your roots, and to learn that you are Albanian. Pra ta pyes se si vazhdoja të kërkoj tani që të gjej rrënjët dhe ta mësoj që është shqiptar.
Okay, by now, obviously, after so many years, I'm very curious of everything, and my quest for you have to understand, I've always been different. I've always had a calling, some kind of, I knew I was different. I just didn't know who we were. You understand? So it's always been for me a question. Who are we? Where did we come from? Because it was very suspicious for me how we came to live in the mountains. Why did we isolate ourselves? Why are we different from everyone else? Why are we crazy, as they say?
Pra gjithmonë thot vazhdova të kem disa pikpyetje, thotë edhe të më zgjohen pikpyetje teksa të gjithë njerëzit më thonin kur I thoja që jam italian dhe më thonë jo nuk je, ti je shqiptar, nuk e dija se nga jam, nuk kisha asnjë rrënjë, kur njoha shqiptar të ndjeva veten shumë të afërt me të, ngjasoja shumë me të dhe vazhdova të kem disa pikpyetje dhe pyes veten time, përse stërgjyqërit e mi u vendosën në malet e larta? Përse stërgjyqërit e mi bën këto shtëpi me gur teksa të tjerët banojnë në qyteza? Përse ne nuk ngjasojmë dhe nuk jemi aq të butë sa që janë italianë, po jemi më agresiv, përse ne kemi një pamje ndryshe, përse ne kemi një karakter ndryshe, kush është gjaku im, nga vi unë, kush janë rrënjët e mia. Pra vazhdoj të ketë këto pyetje dhe këto janë ato pyetje që dërguan Johnin të bëj kërkime për të gjetur rrënjët e tij.
Exactly, and you have to understand that I don't know how to explain this. Of course, we are trying, you know, we have characteristics as Albanians, yeah? Now I know. And
ne kemi karakteristika të veçanta patjetër.
That are sometimes difficult, you understand?
Disa herë ne jemi shumë njerëz të vështirë.
Yeah, because and that's the kind of questions I was asking myself, you know, why are we the way we are? Why are we so stubborn? Why are we so unforgiving? Why are we so sometimes, you know, even bad, I suppose. But anyway, look, so I was asking all these questions, and they brought, because I had always Albanian friends around me, from Tirana, from Albania, from Shkodra, from Kosovo, It doesn't matter where. They were always around me because by now I'm already in 2000, 99, 2000, 2005, 2010. There's always Albanians around me because it's like a magnet. We are drawn to each other. You understand me? So now I've accepted the fact that maybe I can't prove I'm Albanian, but I get on with these people. They're my people. You understand me?
Pra vazhdoj të ketë pyetje Johni se nga është, por me që krijoi një shoqëri të madhe shqiptaresh, vazhdoi që në vitin 99 të kishte shokë nga Tirana, nga Durrësi, nga Shkodra, nga Kosova, edhe të shikoj se ngjason me ato, edhe vazhdoi të bëj pyetje se nga jam unë, a jam unë 100% shqiptar, dhe kjo ishte ajo nxitje që dërgoi Johnin të vazhdoi të kërkojë rënjët e tij, por vërtet i kërkon shumë thellë rënjët e tij.
Listen, by now I've met many nationalities. Okay, Irish, English, whatever, German, Swiss, Romanians, Italians. No one compares to Albanian people. No one. For me, I am like them. They are like me. We are like one people. We are like birds of one feather. I've been with Romanians. No disrespect, but they are not like me. I've been with Italians. No disrespect, but they're not like me. I've been with many different nationalities. I've never found my people. When I met Albanians, they're like my people. They understand how I think. I know how they think. You understand me? I know that they are, you know, they're just the same people like me. So now I'm asking myself, wait a minute, what's going on?
Kam njohur shumë njerëz dhe kam pasur shumë shoqëri me popullsi të ndryshme, qoftë me ato nga Romania, qoftë nga Irlanda, nga Anglia, nga Italia, nuk bëj dallim të racës dhe nuk bëj dallim të gjinisë dhe të popullsisë të njerëzve, thot Johni. Të gjithë jemi të barabartë, të gjithë jemi një. Mirë po, unë kur nuk e kam ndier veten se ngjasoj me këto njerëz deri në atë kohë që kam njohur shqiptarët. Kur kam njohur shqiptarët, kam thënë po, këto janë të mit, ky jam unë. Atëherë e gjeta se u bëra i plot, se deri në atë kohë kam qenë gjysmë, sepse nuk ngjasoja me asnjëri dhe nuk e ndjeja veten të përshtatshëm tek asnjë gjak tjetër. Deri në atë kohë që takova dhe njoha shqiptarët.
Yeah, so now the question is, you know, in life there's always something you have to do, you know. But my thing was always to find out the roots of my people, you know. Of course.
Tani thot, isha e sigurt që isha shqiptar, por kjo nuk mjafton dhe unë doja të dija patjetër se ku i kam unë rënjet. Jam shqiptar, po cilët rënjeve i përkas, nga jam. Pra, ajo duke mësuar që Johni me që të gjitha ngjasuan me shqiptar, dhe hajde rin karaki. Beer.
Water.
You know, I like the beer.
Sometimes.
Dhe Johni pasi u sigurua që ngjason edhe gjeti karakterin e vet tek shqiptarët, nuk u mjaftua me këtë, por vazhdoi të kërkoj më thellë se cilës zonë të Shqipërisë përket, cili gjak është, nga cilat rrënjë vjen. Edhe vazhduan kërkimet, se u zgjua Johni. Yeah, you are wake up now, and you are try to find your roots, where you are from, or which blood is of your family.
Exactly. So I'm thinking to myself, all the Albanians are crazy because they're calling me Albanian. Or I'm
Të gjithë shqiptarët thotë janë të çmendur si unë.
Who's the crazy one here? Because everyone, all the people are crazy, or I'm crazy. So now I have to, you know, and so the Albanian question really, everything started to come together like a puzzle. You understand?
Pra gjithçka vazhdoi të bijë së bashku, çdo pyetje vazhdoi të ketë një lidhje me tjetrën.
When I found out about the key, and we didn't know that, about the Arbereshi. When I found out about the Arbereshi people who are living in Italy for 600 years, and there's not one, there are 100,000, you understand me? We have made more than 60 villages.
Po vazhdoj thotë që të hapet qelsi I pyetjeve të mia, të zgjidhen enigmat, kur mësova më shumë për Arbereshët, dhe ato nuk janë një, por janë me qindra mjëra, dhe ato janë më se 600 vite që banojnë këtu, që edhe për Arbereshët Johni nuk ka pasur dieni. So till that time you didn't know too much things for Arbereshi.
I didn't know zero about Arbereshi.
Zero.
Zero.
Nuk ka
I
ditë
didn't
asgjë
know
fare
these
për
people
arbereshët.
exist. I didn't know they exist in Italy. That's why
Nuk
I
e ka
put
ditë që gjendet një popullsi me emrin Arbereshe në Itali.
That's why I could not make the connection. Understand me? I could not make the connection between Italy and Albania. And I could not make the connection why people are saying to me I'm Albanian when I'm from Italy.
Pra prandaj thot nuk kam arritur të bëja të lidhjen në mes shqiptarëve dhe italianëve, nuk kam arritur të bëja të lidhjen edhe zgjidhjen e enigmës, unë jam italian, po pse më thonë që je shqiptar? Pra kur nuk kam arritur nuk arrija ta dija këtë, të kisha një konkluzion se pse, se nuk kishin lidhje thot mes Italisë dhe Shqipërisë në atë kohë.
It's not possible to be from Italy and be Albanian at the same time.
Është e pamundur thotë të jesh edhe nga Italia dhe të jesh shqiptar në të njëjtën kohë.
Wait, but now it is possible because we
Por
have
tani thotë kjo është e mundur.
we have a community, the biggest ethnic community in Italy are the Arberesh.
Sepse ne kemi një nga komunitetet më të fuqishme të mëdha të Italisë që janë arbereshët.
You know, if you look at the Arberesh who live in Argentina, Brazil, United States, everywhere, Australia, all in all, there must be at least 500,000, you know, at least. And in Italy, we have, what do you call it? Officially about 100 or 200,000, but that's officially, because even the villages, officially we have 51, but there are over at least 150 villages which have become extinct over time. They have been Italianized, you understand me? They have been extinct. So now, what am I doing? I'm starting researching about the Arberesh people.
Pra dhe ka vazhduar Johni të kërkoj më tepër tani të mësoj më tepër për arbereshët, mbasi e gjeti atë çelësin që do hapi atë portën enigma, pra gjeti arbereshët dhe mësoj se janë shqiptar dhe janë prej 600 vitesh atje dhe tani kjo është më e lehtë të mësoj se pse I kanë thënë Johni gjithmonë që ti je shqiptar.
So I'm communicating also with Arberesh people because I find them on internet and on Facebook, and I do a lot of research, and I find out that also in the north of Italy, we have used to have Arberesh communities. And exactly where? 50 kilometers from where we come from, in Piacenza. Piacenza, there was a large Arberesh community. Yeah. It was called...
Pra thotë dhe nuk ka qenë një distancë shumë e madhe nga aty ku banoja unë me vendin me arbereshët. Aty thotë ku banoja ishin në zonën e Piacenzës dhe kur nuk isha dëgjuar për arbereshët. Interesante.
In a place called Bosco Tosca, there used to be an Arberesh community, but it's extinct now. It's extinct. So, and most of them came with the Venetians. You know the Venetians? They were Catholics, and they settled them in Venetian territory, or with the help again of the church, of the diocese.
Yeah.
All the other Arberesh, most of them settled in the south with the help of King Ferdinand of Naples, or King Alfonso, who was very friendly with Skanderbeg.
Yeah.
He was friendly with the king of...
Pra, Johni pasi e ka mësuar që ka edhe arberesh, ka vazhduar të studioj dhe të mësoj se janë ato zonat edhe provincat e banuara nga arbereshët, duke dalë deri tek rënjët e Princ Fonsit, pra, që ka qenë një mbret Fonsit, që ka qenë një edhe nga të afërmit të gjerë kastriot të Skënderbeut.
So, I mean, the people of the Arberesh of the south, they have to not thank, but it's because of the king of Naples that they were able to settle in those lands. Because the south of Italy, from Rome down all the way to Sicily, belonged to him. And so he let the Arberesh settle in lands which nobody really wanted them. And for the Arberesh, they were perfect because they liked those kind of places, isolated, mountainous. And many also settled around Palermo, and many mercenaries who also fought for the king also received land. And it's a long story, but anyway, so now I'm seeing the connection, and now I'm okay.
Okay, so you start to check and to try to learn more for Arberesh, and so this will be your way to find your roots.
This was the key. This was the key to find. This was my opening. this opened up all my avenues, all my everything.
Pra
Because
të
now
mësoj
I
për
understand
Arbereshet, i ka hapur të gjithë dyert e kërkimit për Johnin, që të bëjë më tepër kërkime për rënjet e tij dhe të mësojmë se çfarë kërkimesh ka bërë Johni.
So then I went to Italy and I asked my family, you know, I said, wait a minute, but what's the real story behind us? Why are we hiding? Why are you not telling me who we are? And he said,
Pra dhe ai është kthyer tek familja e tyre dhe i ka pyetur të jatin, i ka thënë, nga jemi ne? Pse keni fshehur nga unë historinë e rënjeve tona? Kush jemi ne? Nga kemi ardhur ne? Nga i kemi rënjet ne? Kush është gjaku ynë?
exactly. And they said, you know, it's like they're hiding and they're running away from something. I suppose I don't know what happened in the past, but they told me, you know, that they are Arbereshi, probably, and they came from the south. And like I told you before, they came like workers Carbonari, and with the help of the diocese of Parma, they received these lands. But to be honest, they don't really know themselves the whole story.
Por thot, nuk e di sepse familja ime e ka fshehur dhe është larguar nga pjesa arbereshe, nuk e di se çfarë kanë kaluar në të shkuarën dhe çfarë i ka shtyr ato që të largohen nga atje dhe të vinë të vendosen një vend kur nuk ka pasur një popullsi masive arbereshe shqiptare dhe të jetojnë në vetmi në këto male të larta, në shtëpiat e gurit, pra diçka e kaluara që ka ngelur enigma.
You know, my people in Italy, they're not, let's say, academics. They are more people who think logically, think practically. They are, let's say, life smart. You understand? But they don't care about things like history and things like this and things like that. They're just simple people who, you know how they are, people who live in the land. I wouldn't call them peasants, but they like they just care about making a living and making money and having a good life, you know, stuff like that. So
Ka qenë lufta për mbijetesë si gjithmonë.
yeah, so that's where my thing started, and because I haven't really researched in Italy, I haven't had time to go to the municipality, you know, to find out from my name where we came from, where we were registered before. I haven't had time to do that.
Dhe ja, dhe Johni ka vazhduar të shkojë në gjendjet civile duke kërkuar rënjet e regjistruara sipas regjistrimeve shtet të shtetit për të gjetur se rënjet e tij, stërgjyshjet e tij, gjakun e tij nga vjen. Yeah, I will have later your test because I'll take off the video later and I will fix it in a montage and I'll put your photos or your family and your test.
Yeah, I wanted to come to my test. So you want to finish now?
No, we can go slowly. It's not problem. We have time.
No, I have to put something here because I think my battery is low.
Okay, let's go fast to go how you find the roads and you make your test vlog. Okay.
No, look, because we're making it longer than it is. Basically, in the end, I don't know how it happened that I done my DNA test, you know? But when I done my DNA test, they gave me the haplogroup EV13, you know, EV13, which is mostly found in Kosovo. And this is a specific haplogroup for, you know, Kosovo, the South Balkans, you know. And when I found out this, then it was a confirmation for me that we must have come from the South Balkans. And obviously, we could only have come with the Arbereshi people, because no other people came to Italy, only them. So later on, I sent my result. I contacted Genetica Shqiptar, you know, Shqiptar.
Genetika shqiptare, pra Johni nuk u mjaftua vetëm të kërkojë në rënjet në përgjendje civile, por ai donte të gjente se cilët fisi përkiste, nga cila zonë ishte, se në Itali nuk jetojnë vetëm arbereshet, por kanë ardhur shqiptarë nga zona të ndryshme, kështu që është vajtur dhe ka bërë edhe testin e DNA-s për të gjetur, për të bërë i sigurt se me të vërtet jam apo s'jam dhe sa përqind shqiptar jam.
So then the crazy thing is, this is the real crazy stuff, which made me go even deeper into the Albanian question. They connected my DNA. They said it's identical. No, identical to the Dushmani tribe.
Të Dushmani.
I never heard about these people, so
Dhe tek testi i atij që ka bëri DNA-s dhe duke kërkuar rënje gjithashtu që është futur dhe tek rënjet e gjenetikës shqiptare, ai ka dalë që është nga rënjet e princit të Lek Dushmanit.
Actually, it was a friend of mine, I mean, Facebook friend. I don't know if you know this guy, the Kosovan guy, Victor Paloka.
Yeah, I know Victor Paloka.
Well, he's an admin at Genetica Shqiptar. Him and Flori Vesely, and they gave me these results, and they connected me, and it's actually on their site, on Genetica Shqiptar. It's on their site.
Yeah.
To the Dushmani tribe, and the Dushmani were part of the League of Leza. So these people were also part of the aristocracy of the formation of the Albanian, nation. In a way, they were not part of the nobility, and Lek Dushmani, I think, was even a nephew of Skanderbeg, as far as I know.
Yeah, was a prince of Albania.
So when they connected me to the Dushmani, can you imagine my pride? And I think I was already, before I was happy, I was proud to be part of these people. You know why? Because finally, we didn't get to talk about this. Because I know you want to ask me, how does it feel? I tell you, how does it feel? You know, how does it feel? It feels like you have a puzzle on the floor, yeah? And it's broken. And there are pieces everywhere. You can see some pictures, but you cannot see the whole picture. Now, these pieces of the puzzle are all together. I see
together.
The picture. Yeah. And I become also, with the puzzle, I've become also whole as a person. It's like being an orphan and not knowing who your parents are. It's like being a bastard. It's like being a dog on the road. You understand me? When you find out where you are from. When you find out, because a man without history is a man without future. You understand me?
Mi mbrëma Gjem Gyq. Pra Johni mbas i bëri edhe DNA-n e testit edhe gjeti rrënjët e tij, jo vetëm gjeti që është shqiptar, jo gjeti që është 100% shqiptar, por ai gjeti që është edhe një gjaku i Lek Dushmanit. Dhe kjo thot më bëri mua që të ndihem shumë krenar, sepse un kisha, nuk e dija se kush jam, nuk dija nga jam, isha bërë copa, imagjino thot si një gotë e thyer që është bërë copa dhe nuk mund ta imagjinosh një pikturë të vërtetë. Por kur i mbledh ato copat dhe e realizon pikturën, edhe të del përballë ajo dhe e shikon realitetin, edhe unë tani thot ky jam, unë kisha qenë copa thot, por mbasi tani bëra edhe DNA-n e testit, gjeta se kush jam, gjeta se jam shqiptar dhe gjeta se cilat janë rrënjët e mia, pra flasim për një mirëditor. Dhe thot tani unë ndjem shumë i lumtur edhe jam i kompletuar, thot tani unë kam gjetur vetveten time. So how are you feeling now when you say that I am Albanian?
Well, listen, when you know where you come from, when you know who you are 10 times more powerful than before. You pretend to be half Hungarian, you pretend to be half Bulgarian, you pretend to be half this, half that, but you're not fulfilled as a person. You are not you understand, because you don't know who you are. It's the worst thing.
Pra, e pyeta Johnin se si ndihesh tani, kur thua që je shqiptar, thot dëgjoj, si të them dhe si ta shpjegoj, është diçka tjetër të mësosh kush je dhe të gjesh vetveten tënde. Është diçka tjetër thot kur nuk e din kush je, edhe të ndihesh gjys italian, gjys bullgar, gjys anglez ose gjys diku i huaj, por nuk e din me të vërtet, nuk ke një fotografi dhe nuk ke një identitet të plot. Por tani unë kam identitetin tim, edhe kjo më bën të ndihem i fortë edhe i fuqishëm. Jam i kompletuar.
There is no other better people than to be like than the Albanians. There is no other better people who can represent me, my uncle, my brothers, my cousins. I know them, I see them, their face, their characters. That's our people. They are the missing link. You understand me? They are the missing link. And to be honest with you, many of my Italian family in Italy still don't know, some of them, they don't know because they have been Italianized, but they know, I've told them, and they also know, some they don't know, but it's the worst thing when you are pretending to be something you are not, or not because you are pretending, but you don't know who you are. Do you understand me? And that's because of our history as well. Our Albanian history is, I've looked into it, it's not
so
easy.
you have talking, you talk this your story and your blood to all your cousins and your families, everyone.
Everybody.
Oh, no. Dhe patjetër se Johni pasi e ka mësuar që është shqiptar, ai i ka treguar të gjithë farefisit të tij, të gjithë kushërive të tij, të gjithëve i ka thënë që ne jemi shqiptar dhe thotë nuk është mjafton të thuash, se ta shikosh, të na shikosh përbërjen, lëvizjet, mënyrën si flasin, se si përgjigjen, se si veprojnë, kjo shikohet shumë qartë, po është ndryshe këtë kur e din.
You know why? Because I feel it's my duty to tell them, even if before they die, to know who are they, who is their blood, what is their blood, where they come from, why are they the way they are.
Është diçka, ajo që është profesorja është ta dim se nga është gjaku, nga vimi, ku i kemi rënje, gjaku është gjaku jon. I'll say to you, hello, some friends from Turkey, they are from Black Sea and have more than 100 years here in Turkey, and so one other friends and from different places of Turkey, John.
This is not between me and you, this video.
No, it is live. So, yeah, of course.
Watch it like that. I thought this was like between me and you here.
No, it is open.
Anyway, who they say hello from Turkey? Merhaba, merhaba arkadaş, nasılsın?
Merhaba arkadaş.
Merhaba.
Oh, John, you are not just Albanian, but you are going to be speaking in Turkish, because...
Merhaba, arkadaş.
Merhaba arkadaş.
And no, I don't have... All people are good for me.
John, you know that you have one of your family's blood from Lek Dushmani, and he living in Turkey.
Really?
Yeah, and it is my family's friend. I show you the picture of him, and I talk with him about you, and he's an old man guy. It is 70 years old now, 72, something like this, and he's a journalist in a way, and he cried because he feeling very happy and said, I want to talk with this guy. I said, when I come to your city, Yalova, I'll call, pick up the phone, we'll talking together, and you talk with him because you have the same face.
Okay, interesting. You know, I found out about the Dushmani. There was a famous. Most of them went to Greece, and they became very famous in Greece. They became generals. They are in Greece. They are known as Dusmanis, but they are from the same family. The Dusmani. They are known. They went to,
Dushmani was one prince of Albania, and is one very important person. Pra, si që shikojmë, jo vetëm që kemi rënjët shqiptare, por kemi edhe rënjët e princeve, megjithëse historitë e vjetra dhe emigrimit të tyre dhe çfarë kanë jetuar, është e pamundur të dim se nuk janë trashëguar, ashtu siç tha Johni, pra nuk e di sepse ka ikur familja ime, por sa do vonë të shkoj, sa do shekullit që të shkojnë, mjafton një këvullgjim, një nxitse vogël që njerëzit të nxitse të kërkojnë rënjët e tyre. Ashtu siç kërkoi Johni, edhe gjeti rënjet e tij, gjeti gjakun e tij dhe tani ai thot me krenari edhe brohori që un jam shqiptar, I am Albanian, I am shqiptar, un jam shqiptar.
You know, and obviously the Dushmani question opened up now even more questions. You understand me? Because it could be that my family did not come. Maybe we didn't come from the south. Maybe we came with the Venetians, because I found out that the Dushmani actually and the Venetians, they were they had a good relationship, you understand? Because they were very strict Catholics, you know, even though I have to tell you, I'm not interested in religion, and not even my people in Italy. We have Catholics, but we have our own morals before any religion. First is our moral, and then come everything else. Trust me, I know that.
Interesting.
So everything else, for us, religion is like a ritual that we have to do. You understand me? First is our mentality, that is first, our principles, our morals. And then whatever the church says, we'll do it if it's in our interest. If it's not, we know what we're doing, you know. So, you know, and those things make me understand that it's 100% 10%.
10%.
There is no doubt, but this DNA, the DNA was, obviously it was the confirmation.
Your signature now.
Huh?
It is your signature now.
Exactly. Because it's like evidence.
So Did you go any time to Albania? Pra Johni tani ndihet I lumtur sepse thot jo që vetëm tani nuk ndihem gjysmë, po ndihem 100% shqiptar dhe unë e di se kush jam, kam identitetin tim. Ömer Kurt, şu an görüşmekte olduğumuz arkadaşımız 600 yıldır İtalya'da yaşıyorlar. Ve kendisi bizim eski prenslerin ailesinde gelmeli. Leg düşmanı, Jesh Skanderbeu döneminde yaşayan prenslerimizden biri. Ve aynı kanda geliyor fakat hiçbir zaman bilmiyordu Arnavut olduğunu. Hiç Arnavutlarda hakkında bile bilgi yoktu. Çünkü İtalya'nın kuzey taraflarında, yüksek dağlarında yaşıyormuş. Ve herkes buna yüzüne baktıkları zaman İngiltere'de olsun, Almanya'da olsun, İsviçre'de olsun gittiği zaman soruyorlar nerelisin ve diyor ki ben İtalyanım. Herkes suratına baktığında demiş ki İtalyan olamazsın, sen Arnavutsun, sen Arnavutsun, sen Arnavutsun. Bunu yıllar boyunca yaşamıştı ve şaşırmış. Nasıl olur da ben hem İtalyan olayım, İtalya'da yaşayayım, doğayım, annem babam İtalyandır ve ben Arnavut olayım diye. Sonradan öğrenmiş ve gidiyor DNA testini yapıyor ve %100 Arnavut olduğunu ortaya çıkıyor ve bunun gururunu da yaşıyor şu anda. Ve sadece bir Arnavut değil, aynı zamanda bir prensin ailesinde geliyor kendisi. John, really, your story and your fight to find your blood, your roots is very interesting, and this is a very big lesson for all the Albanian youngs that are living everywhere now in the world. I want to send this message to everyone. Don't forget who you are and where you came from. So that what you have done, really, it is very, very interesting, and is make me to proud.
Thank you, thank you. Faleminderit.
Faleminderit prej teje, John. Faleminderit prej teje. A don të dërgosh një përshëndetje të gjithë shqiptarët. Want you to say hello to everyone, to Albanian people that are going now everywhere in world. And a lot of young people that move from Albania are stopping to speak Albanian now. Mos harrojnë gjakun, John. They don't forget the blood. Gjaku është gjaku. Gjaku është gjaku. Gjaku është shqiptar. John, është sprishur. Arbereshi, thon Arbereshi. Gjaku është sprishur. John, thank you.
We are everywhere. We are everywhere. What can you do?
Ne jemi kudo. Dhe duhet të kemi identitetin ton. We are everywhere and we need to be who we are. We need to stay in our identity. We need to hold our blood.
You know, sometimes you pretend to be someone else, but you will never find comfort in other people's.
Sado që të mundohesh të bëhesh dikush tjetër dhe të ngjasosh dikujt tjetër, thotë Johni, ju kur nuk do të ndjeni I lehatshëm. Pra duhet të qëndroni dhe jetoni me identitetin tuaj që keni, sepse kjo është më e rëndësishme. This is very good message, John. Thank you very much.
You can only be who you are, and in the end, I suppose it takes time. As you get older, you go back to your roots more and more. You know, to be honest, when I was younger, I said, I'm not Albanian, I'm Italian, because I didn't know. But today, I never say, and I'm so happy that I never say I'm not Albanian, because
pra, kur kam qenë I ri, thotun gjithmonë kam thënë që jam italian, sepse nuk e kam ditë që jam shqiptar, por sot unë kur nuk them që jam italian.
I tell people even before they ask who I am, so they know. I tell them I'm Albanian, but maybe we are from Italy, but we have Albanian blood. We are Albanian.
Mbase ka lindur në Itali, mbase njihet si italian, mbase është me identitet italian, por thot, unë jam shqiptar.
I'm very pro-Albanian since I found
Ja, ndjem shumë I lumtur dhe krenar thot që jam shqiptar.
I'm very pro-Albanian, yeah. And
thank you, John. And I feeling proud. I am very happy to talking with you. This is our...
It's okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Shumë faleminderit, John.
Also, thank you. Let me show you something.
Okay, show me something. Yeah, okay. I will be happy.
I think you've seen it before.
I have seen it before, I know. Bravo, John. Thank you, John. Faleminderit, John. Ti je princ. Ti je princ. Goodbye. Good night. Thank you very much. Natën e mirë, faleminderit. Pra, Nasa Qosa, përshëndetje edhe për ty në Gjermani. Pra jemi rënë shqiptare. Thank you, John. Faleminderit shumë, John. Pra miq, ishim me Johnin. Johni është një shqiptar i vërtet 100% shqiptar dhe ai ka gjetur gjakun e tij, ka bërë DNA-n dhe ka gjetur identitetin e tij dhe thot mos harroni se jeni shqiptar. Good night John. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Faleminderit John. Natën e mirë. Mirupafshim John.
Mirupafshim.
Përshëndetje.